Georgia O'Keeffe was very aware of color and would often use it to make things pop out at her viewer. For example, in her flower paintings, she would use her brightest paint to paint the thing that she wanted people to look at first, usually the flower. Today we're going to plan out our colors using watercolor washes. First, you want to think about what part of your image you want to draw your viewer's attention to or make pop out. And you'll use a bright, warm color for that bit. So colors like yellows and reds and oranges. For the other parts, you want to use darker colors like blues or grays or greens. We're only going to put down one layer of color today. Next lesson we'll go back in and we'll add more. Our layer today will be made with something called a watercolor wash. A wash is a very light layer of color that we can go back into and add to once it is dry. The key is to make the colors very, very light because we can always make areas darker by adding more paint, but we can't make them lighter. We do this by using a lot of water with our watercolors. You want your washes to be quite light, so you're using more water than you are paint. I actually went through in my example and I painted the whole sheet and made it wet before I started putting my colors down. That way the colors spread out easily, and I'm still adding even more water to make my colors nice and light. In my example, I'm making most of my image with cool colors like blues and greens and gray, but I'm going to make that key stand out by using warm, bright colors like reds and yellows. So you don't have to use the colors that the object actually is in real life. Use whatever colors you want. Just make sure that you choose the most important part and paint it with your brightest color, and make sure that you're using really light washes so you're using a lot of water and not making your colors too dark.